Hello everybody, and today we got our little review of this little guy here. The Spyderco Delica 2. No, it's the Cold Steel Recon 1. Absolutely big, huge beast. 5.5-inch chunk of XHP. This is an amazing knife. And I love that people don't like cold steel. Oh yeah, I don't like Lynn Thompson, not one bit. Be honest, if I met him in person, yeah, whatever, I'd give him some respect and whatever, but he's not my friend. I don't like the guy. But I also don't like Tony Marfione, and I don't like his son. And I don't like a lot of different knife makers. I'm not saying all of them. There are those, and there are those who aren't on that list of mine. But I don't give a shit. You know why I don't give a shit? Because, well, let's put it this way. When I take my motorcycle up to the pumps and want to get some gas, a lot of that fuel, not all of it, because some of it does come from Canada, but a lot of that fuel comes from terrorists. And that's blood money. So, do I boycott putting fuel in my bike or my car or the thousands and thousands of liters of diesel fuel in the tractor trailers I drove? No, I have to do it. I have to do it, and at the same time I can't be looking at the morals of all the people I buy stuff from. Lynn Thompson, yeah, he's a dick. I'll say it right now. But I am a Cold Steel fan. I am the fan of the products. You can whine and complain about Cold Steel, Lynn Thompson being a dick, but you know what? I guarantee you got a Microtech, or you got something Marfione, or you got something in Spyderco, which by the way sues people too. You got something in Benchmade. They've sued people. They've even sued small guys, not big guys, little guys. What else? Just recently, yeah, ZT, or not ZT, Kershaw, the head company, in lawsuits with Marfione or Microtech. Probably more so Marfione than Microtech, the company. You know what? Everyone is a dick in business. Everyone is a douche in business. Okay, I gotta correct that. Not everyone. There are the smaller guys, the more mom and pop makers. They can be good guys, but you know what? I don't know what they do behind their closed doors. I don't know if they fucking smack their wife as soon as they're offline. I don't know. I don't know if they drink themselves into a stupor every night and, you know, look at child porn. I don't know this stuff. You know what I mean? I look at their products. If I like their products, great. But because their products are fantastic, or phenomenal, or artistic, that doesn't mean the person, the persona behind the knives, is any good. There are a few that I've met, and there are a few that I've spoke with, and I see their public demeanor extraordinary. And you could tell, because I'm a pretty good judge of character, by their daily ins and outs. Whether they're genuine or not. And there are those that don't care. They don't care. They just want your money, and they know that you're a sucker for their money and their products and their shtick and their marketing. And so yeah, so here we go. This little piece of rant will be over, and I just want to say that I've been carrying this Recon 1 now for, I don't know, let's just say a few months. I can't get enough of the thing. It's an amazing knife. Look how big this thing is. This thing is huge. And I love the triad lock. It's not hard at all. I don't have dainty little digits. I don't have sensitive little hands. I know women who carry cold steel. They don't complain about the triad. Oh yeah. They'll remark that it's stiffer than other knives. They will remark that it takes extra pressure and whatnot to disengage or play with the lock. I will leave names out, but I know a very dear woman to me that has a cold steel code 4, which doesn't have it, because the shorter this lever is, the harder it is to push. So the smaller the knife, sometimes it's a stiffer lock. She used to play with it until her fingers were raw. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I love the knife, and I don't care if you don't. And I don't care if you bash people who like them. And you actually, like I said in the beginning, I kind of like knives, or I don't know if I said it at the beginning. It could have been the first take. No, it was this take, because I didn't start talking the first take. Anyway, I like knives that most other people don't. Because, I mean, you'll never find a knife out there that you're the only one that likes. But I like going, if everyone's going this way, I kind of take notice and I go, wait, why is everyone going this way? Sheep flock in one direction. I go that way, or that way, or that way, or whatever. You know what I mean. I don't go with the flock. Okay, yeah, I pay attention to what the flock is bleeding about. Not bleeding, bleating about. I pay attention, and I may or may not, depending on my analysis, go along with some of the sheeple's opinions, because even sheeple can be right sometimes. So I may, buy a knife that most everyone has, but most of the time I like knives that most other people don't, and I kind of like it. I like that, if you're a cold steel user or owner, you're a bit of a black sheep. Good. If you're not pissing people off, you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean? If everyone likes you, that means you just have the attention of all the sheep, and I don't care about having the attention of all the sheep. They can all do what they want. There's sheep in every culture, subculture. So there's sheep in the knife culture, there's sheep in the gun culture, there's sheep in the, whatever, in the Chevy versus Ford culture, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, this Recon 1 is fantastical. Fantabulous. I love it. I love it. It's amazing. And when, you can get all Mall Ninja cold steel video style and say, when you open this knife, you will scare every bad guy in the room. Because it does have a pretty intimidating snap when you do open it up. But, I have to say that the, a la TNP, the philosophy of use of this knife, because it's such a thin, I won't be able to catch it on film, but it's such a film. Yeah, I'm an old guy. It's such a thin blade right at the front here. You can't use it for hard utility. You can cut hard, you can cut straight down, but as soon as you twist, you know, it's got a very broad blade and a very long blade, and it's very thin. And if you torque the knife in whatever you do, you know, hard, you could probably chip out that edge. You could probably break off that tip. But you know what? Spyderco militaries are pretty thin too, and I don't hear people bitching about those. They only bitch about things they want to bitch about. So, if you go with the philosophy of use of this particular knife or the Recon series knives, they're defensive tools. Okay, yeah, you can carry, obviously you can press it into EDC duty, and I do. I cut food and fruit and whatever. It's got a really nice long blade to do that. You can, and it does it very well. It's still razor sharp. I get to sharpen it. I don't sharpen my knives. I'm not those fools that have to take a sharpener to everything. If it's sharp, I just drop it, and it stays razor sharp. I can shave. I can shave with this thing. I can shave my face with this thing. That's how sharp this thing is. And look at that DLC shining. There's no company in the world that puts a shiny DLC coating on there. Look at that. Everybody puts that rough DLC, and I do like matte finishes, but the only downside to a matte finish DLC coating is high friction when cutting. You know, the blade makes its way in, and when something is pushing up against the walls of the knife, there's a lot of friction on the matte finish DLC blades. This is a mirror DLC finish. By the way, I made it a mirror. It was slightly matte, but very slick when it started. I polished this out, and I won't reveal my my technique right now. There's a way to do it without destroying your finish, and then there's a way to do it that can quickly destroy your finish. But this is a flawless DLC mirror polish. Eat your heart out.